Hello, my name is Tala Dujani, and I'm one of the clinical faculty at SOMA, and it is my pleasure today to present Opportunistic Wellness, 1 minute at a time. So after completing this presentation, you will be able to explain wellness and the wellness wheel. You'll be able to discuss low volume exercise benefits and how low volume exercise can be just as good as high volume or long-term exercise. And then at the end, hopefully you'll be able to set up a gamified app on your phone so that you can do 1 minute exercises anytime you want. We have learned over time, and you can just see after you get a cut, you don't actively heal your skin or the cut or a wound. And we know, as Dr. Dean Ornish has stated, the body has a remarkable ability to heal itself if we simply stop doing what's causing the problem. So hopefully today I can help you identify what is causing the problem and help you come up with some strategies to increase your health and wellness in a short amount of time. So there are multiple definitions of wellness. It is been described as an active process of growing your awareness, leading to choosing a healthier, fulfilling life. The World Health Organization describes it as a state of complete physical, mental, and social being, and not merely the absence of disease and infirmity. Indeed, according to the National Wellness Institute, it is a conscious, self-directed, and evolving process of achieving one's full potential. To me, it's really these last two, and all of these definitions qualify, but it's a state of being healthy in body and mind as a result of a deliberate effort, and really choosing through that effort to live a happy, healthy, and authentic life. So what does that mean to me? So to me, what I understand is living healthy in this wellness. It's this cycle of positive thinking, and a lot of that through identifying gratitude and the advantages and the things in your life, the people and the relationships that you are grateful for, and feeling the joy from that. From that, you will feel the goodness, and also living using your mindfulness. It involves regular exercise, which subsequently can help you go into a deeper relaxation. Also eating food that is more nutritive, and really creating joy in your life. And it's a continuous cycle between nutrition and mindfulness and exercise that leads to our maximized health potential. This is the famous wellness wheel. And so when we discuss overall wellness, today I'm going to really be talking about the physical mostly, but it's very important to realize that the physical, emotional, or intellectual are quite connected. I feel very strongly that mental health are physical health problems, and so some of the stigma we have today in society that if you have mental health problems, it's not the same thing as having a physical health problem. Hopefully with time that will go away, but we really need to recognize the whole person in wellness. So that includes spiritual, emotional, intellectual, financial, environmental, social, and physical. So these make up your individual wellness. And it's important when we're working on our growth and helping improve ourselves that we are not ignoring any parts that may be missing. And indeed, human naturally tend to want to do things that they're good at over and over again, but it's good to identify the things that we can grow and improve. Social wellness is particularly important because some of the longest studies is a Harvard wellness study that's had 3 generations of researchers. And what they found in studies of longevity and wellness and happiness as we get older, that your social support with your friends and family is extremely important. But that also doesn't take away the need for solitude. You also need solidarity, but we also need solitude and time to spend ourselves. So spending time with friends and getting social support is extremely important, but also spending time with yourself and having that solitude and having that peace and quiet can help you also, is also an important part of our daily or our regular wellness. And it's a part that it seems kind of silly that we need time to ourselves and time of solitude and relaxation, but we truly need to connect with ourselves and have those moments of just pure silence. And for me, not to be separated from your whole being. And I truly feel that emotional wellness is a very important of physical wellness, and they kind of they affect each other. But emotional wellness to me, it means identifying your emotions and knowing how to cope with them. It may involve stretch management techniques and ways to deal with negative emotions in a productive manner that it can help you grow. Because every challenge is truly an opportunity to help us, and if we didn't have challenges, we wouldn't grow. And so then when you start seeing those challenges as opportunities to help you get better, it feels like life is getting easier, but really it's us thinking of ways that we can help ourselves, and takes us out of that, oh, life is so difficult, I'm a victim mentality, into, well, maybe I can grow from this and become a better person, or maybe this will help me learn to serve people better, or this will help me achieve my goals better. So sometimes things that seem very difficult are actually blessings in disguise. Now, physical wellness is what we're going to really focus on today, and 3 components of it is going to be physical activity or exercise, how your diet and your nutrition, how dense is it in nutrients? We know that people can eat a large amount of calories that have no nutrients. As a matter of fact, we know of a condition called the malnutrition to obese, in which you have quite a bit of fat gain, but no gain in vitamins and minerals and the nutritive components that we need for our health. In addition, you cannot separate wellness from adequate relaxation and sleep. And so those are really key importance. Looking at physical activity, for example, the diabetes prevention trial did 30 minutes, 5 days a week of exercise that led to diabetes prevention. And more recently, we've looked at interval training, high intensity interval training, to give us that extra benefit. With all that being said, all of us work with that time management, trying to figure out a way to get regular activity, time to make the healthy food, time to get the sleep that we need, time to do the mindness and the relaxation that we need for our body to recover and heal itself. So how do we get that done? That's the question, the biggest question of today. So this question of, can I find time, or can I use my time more efficiently in my wellness, has been asked over and over again. And if you follow the literature in this, it started out with, we need to do 60 minutes at a time, and then we need to do 30 minutes at a time, and then we went to 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 7 minutes. And this is that 7-minute workout. I don't know if you've seen it, and it has shown that it increases muscle mass, burns more calories. And for the people who don't have very much time, you can just do this 7-minute workout anywhere you are. It doesn't require any special tools or anything like that. But my question is, can we do it even in 1 minute? And the answer to the 1 minute is yes. High intensity interval training has been shown to be an alternative to traditional endurance training. It has even in some aspects shown superior aerobic fitness, endothelial function, and endothelial function is the health of your arteries to prevent heart disease, atherosclerosis, or otherwise called plaque buildup in our arteries, and also can help cardiometabolic risk factors, the risk factors that can lead to the #1 killer today, heart disease. So cholesterol, high blood pressure, stress, weight gain, all these things seem to have been improved with this interval training. What's interesting, the studies also show that high intensity training was more enjoyable than continuous, constantly kind of that endurance exercise. Now, there's those of you who love running, and that's your high endurance, and for you, you probably rather do the endurance. So this is really looking at for you when you don't have time, for those of you who exercise regularly, and then for those of us, including myself, who are trying to get this exercise in a busy schedule, if you have a full-time job and family and other things going on and responsibilities, finding a way that you can lovingly help yourself get there. So what happens at the level of the skeletal muscle that leads to all these benefits? So low volume HIT has been shown to increase what we call ATP production, or energy production. And what's interesting is that it's been shown to increase mitochondrial biogenesis. And if you recall, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and therefore it is what uses energy and oxygen. And they've shown that increased gene or DNA activation and further production of mitochondria leads to more fat burning and more energy movement and your body being more active. And we're finding that muscles are just as plastic. We talk about neuroplasticity and the brain being able to change. Even when we get older, your brain can still grow and develop new things. We never really stop being able to grow and change. Same is true with your muscle. It's up to, if you use it or lose it. Same with your brain, regardless of your age. So these are some of the things that the interval training helps with. So mitochondrial biogenesis, fat oxidation, that means fat loss, and glucose uptake, which is preventing high blood sugars. So these are treatment for diabetes and prevention of diabetes. And for those of you who are scientific, this kind of goes over through the specific mechanisms by which these benefits occur. So can we do it, y'all? I'm from Texas, so I say y'all. Maximize wellness and time manage in a short period of time. The truth is, if we don't manage our time, time will manage us. And when time manages you, you feel this tyranny of the urgent. So does this sound familiar to you? Daily deadlines that push important agenda items back and you don't get them done. And you find you open up in the morning, you get into your email, and all of a sudden you're burning out, you're taking care of all these little brush fires. And the next thing you know, these big deadlines and these things that you're working on, big projects or things that you're working on over time, you may feel like you've neglected them. And one of the ways that have been shown is setting your mindset in the morning. If you can start to plan in your morning or once a week, kind of look at your week, plan your nutrition, exercise, and your mild mindfulness for that day, and also make plans to handle emergencies. So you actually set time that I'm going to work this 1 or 2 hours and take care of the things on my email. But that doesn't have to be the first thing in the morning. The first thing in the morning, you would say, okay, my top priority is getting in my wellness, and then I want to make sure I work on this project that I've been working on that's due in a few months, and then I'm going to work on the brush fire. So these are some of the ways that can help you with time management. So looking at some of the wellness data, so people actually, to have wellness, you have to have time management. So one of the ways is to use a calendar where you plan your wellness. You can prioritize your wellness activity and schedule them as appointments on your calendar, so you don't schedule other meetings or other times that way. You can decide when you're going to exercise, when you're going to spend time with family, when you're going to meditate and relax, and even include your solitude time. Protect things for yourselves. We as human beings have a tendency to be really good at making sure that when we make promises to other people, that we keep those promises, but we don't always make those promises or commitments to ourselves. And we are very important. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't help others. So this is really the basis of self-care, starting with your own self-care, setting up your own time, and not feeling guilty that you took time away to sleep or spend some solitude or relax, instead of your meetings. And you will find that when you do go to those meetings and you work, you might focus better and do better. So in other words, time management equals wellness management. Plan your time in advance. Try to get more done in less time, even get more rest. But the only way to really do that is to manage your time dynamically. So if things change, you might have to, move things around in your calendar. The other thing I'm going to recommend is to designate 1 minute per hour for your wellness or your own self-care. So how we do this? Let's talk about 1 minute wellness. So truly, what can you accomplish in 1 minute? Can you cook or bathe or read? Can you elevate your mood, improve your concentration, be mindful? Do you think you can prevent chronic disease like diabetes and Alzheimer's? Well, I say for sure the prevention of chronic disease. I'd say the top ones, probably not. The top line, cook, bathe, read. Some of you may be really accomplished, but for the average person, including myself, that's a no. We might be able to elevate our mood, improve our focus and concentration, and be mindful, but I think that's an exercise, like a muscle. The more you do it, the better you get at it. But I'm here to tell you can prevent chronic disease and improve your health in 1 minute. So how do we do this? So using 1 minute exercise, we can maximize our health by using the high intensity interval training, maximize our efficiency by having our time management, get the most out of your activity by using exercises that give you the most benefit, and then also build in mindfulness and relaxation into a 1 minute maybe app, and or into a 1 minute practice where you can stop in that middle of the hour and really help you reset yourself, put yourself back to the focus. And really this has to come from you from a place of love. If you don't get it done, do not beat yourself up. forgive yourself, and try again. You cannot do anything long term. If you beat yourself up or feel like you failed, the average smoker takes 10 times before they succeed. And if you look at Walt Disney, or he took him, the quote I heard was 83 times to finally get a loan to open up Disney World. So the idea of success or building, it's kind of in the journey, and failure isn't really failure. You might call it failure, your brain calls it learning. It's just to help you get better. Mistakes are okay. Go out there and try and find out what you like, what your body likes, what you enjoy. Really, that's what all of this is about. So here is the study that said 1 minutes are good. So this came out of McMaster University, and this study looked at what they called sprint interval training, so 1 minute. They call it low volume, HIT, high intensity interval training. There was a 12% increase in endurance capacity, which is amazing to me. Healthier blood pressure, increased mitochondria, so you burn more fat, used your muscles better, and increased insulin sensitivity, which means we help prevent diabetes. So when you look at this study, you can see the SIT is the interval training, that the VO2 maxes, they may have not gotten as high as the endurance group, that's the MICT, but certainly beat the control group. And when you look at outcomes, it was even better. So can we gamify wellness? Let's do this. Let's gamify it and get our max benefit 1 minute, 10 times a day. So how do we do this? These resources are quite important. I'm going to show you, or I would like you to look at this 1 minute app. I'd like to talk about it a little bit. If you're so inclined, you can personally decide in the morning, I'm going to have a mindset of gratitude, joy, unconditional love today, and just remind yourself when you're not going there to take a moment, be mindful, take a few breaths, maybe use the app to get yourself reset back to the mindset you started in the morning. And these are some of the apps that can help you. There's an interesting book of how if you rest more, you can get more done. I think that kind of makes sense to me. So this 1 minute change app gives you opportunities to do all sorts of things, and it does incorporate both exercises that improve your core, that increase your heart rate, but also exercises that improve your mindfulness, and exercises that are like Tai Chi based exercises. There's yoga, Tai Chi based, so quite a few different ones, and they're all ones you could do generally at work, at home, and you do not need any special tools or instruments. So this is an example. You can set up alarms if you want. I'm not planning to do my first exercise at 6 a.m., but this is an example of that, and then you could choose what alarm and that kind of thing. So if you are interested in this, this is the link to get you to that app. And when this talk was originally done, we were lucky enough to have a yoga guru, Brian Korbelek from Scottsdale and Glendale Body and Brain Center, show us and give us a neck roll. So I would like you, if you can, take some time, get at the end of this, get the app and try out some of the breathing or whatever, some of the exercises that you might like, and see, it's crazy how 1 minute can feel longer. If you feel like time is moving too quickly, do a 1 minute app. It helps reset your mind also. These are the resources that I recommend. Here's some websites and how to get you where you're going. And these are my references. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation as much as I enjoyed making it. Feel free to call me, email me, send me, or just say hello and say hello when you see me in the hall. Thank you very much.